It'll make it smoother on YouTube, right? Right? Okay, so we got blah. Canoe. Audio's working. Good, good, good. Mic is musted. Guys, the mic's musted. So this is pretty cool. The images seem to load a little slow, but it looks like they're okay now. Man, this door is sick. So this is an interesting shot. So if you look at this image and then you look at that one, you see how much that lighting makes a difference? Those subtle shadows. Dude, it's going to the music. Anyways, that angle, you get the nice shadows in there. You get the nice highlight on the roughness for the metal on the handle. Make sure to bake your AO into this guy. Musta mimes. I was going to say this fan's pretty cool. It feels like it might be a little low poly in the fan blades themselves. These guys, you could actually, if you wanted to, model those so they're lifted a little bit. And then the text in the middle is that font. I don't know what it is, but that font bugs me. And it's really close to the edge as well. So like shrinking that down a little bit and maybe changing the font will go a long way. Getting some metal coming through that's not so rusted and stuff could help a lot as well. This table looks pretty good. Howdy, what's up, man? Maybe taking this little inset here and actually dropping it or lifting it so that there's a little bit more variation in the surface overall. Because right now it's really flat. A logo axle is that's a good call. So just a quick little tangent. If you go into stream critiques, you post in here, but as of now, it's closed because we only have 25 minutes to get through these. But every Friday, I open the stream critiques channel up, and you can just drop your stuff in there, and then we go to town on it for the last hour to the last half hour of the stream. For work in progress critiques off stream to just everyone, art related channel is where you go. Love this book. There's a lot of character in it, or binder I should say, or file. Cause I put your finger in there, pull it over there like that. Get your bills out of there. Oh, this chair looks great. Maybe a little bit of warping from like sitting on here too much. Do I critique other things apart from props and environment art? I critique weapons, but I'm not very strong at that. Just weapons in general. So I'm actually in the process of learning about weapons. That way I can be a little bit more on par. As far as character stuff, if you're trying to recreate a character, give me the concept of the character and your character model, kind of like what you're doing right now, I think. And I could probably go off of that, but my anatomy is complete shit. Just forewarned. Like, those leg muscles look great. Yeah. This curtain looks awesome. This looks simmed. Ah, I love that door. So I think carpet looks fine. The saturation in the room, maybe everything is just a little too saturated, maybe a little bit too dark in the albedo. And I guess get some textures on these guys so we can see what's going on. And figure out where the light is in the room. Like maybe there's a lamp or something, like this lamp being turned on could be pretty cool. It's very Mafia, yeah. Oh yeah, see, these curtains look great. Or the blinds. This is really weird. Is that supposed to be a flag maybe? I like this pipe on the wall too. Maybe adding some metal of some sort to these handles could be a nice addition to just get some material breakup. Similar to the feet of the table. Pretty cool though. It's coming along. It's coming along nicely. Got melon. This looks super melted now. This looks pretty cool. I think the blending here looks really good here, But on this side, when it's in shadow, they really separate. I think it might not be that big of a deal, though. I would suggest maybe looking at where the snow meets the wall, and maybe like in the corners, maybe have the snow come up to here and just do this. And maybe like come down off the walls like that. That probably help a lot. And then these stairs feel really placed inside of here, whereas like they feel like maybe they should be part of the structure. So maybe where this is should just be here and here, and then those come out from the wall, right? So then it's like this, and then having your steps like that. The steps are also really, really steep. Look into like depth of steps. Yeah, the AO is probably too wide on here, so like getting it a little closer to that will help. And I mean, don't be afraid to add some geometry that goes between here. If you're just going for the one shot, that does this, and it's completely smooth, and just has like a snow, like kind of ice material on it to mask this hard edge. That would help a lot. I don't think you need to focus on this area anymore, just because I keep seeing it changing, but it's not really getting better or worse. It's just taking time away from you focusing on the rest of the scene. And I think maybe something interesting happening in the sky, clouds or something, even just wispy stuff. This kind of looks like icing right now too, or like some type of glue. It probably needs a little bit more subsurface information going on in it. And this doesn't feel like it's getting very dark in there. I feel like it should be getting, like it starts to get dark and then it gets lighter again. So I'm not sure how that... Something. It's coming along though. Oh, I just noticed there's a skull here. That's cool. Alright, where are we at here? Finished my ship finally. Let's check it out. Let's chickadee check it. So the contrast of this is really harsh, like this really dark in here. But in general, I think it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's being sharpened a lot too, maybe. The text in the front. Oh wait, what is happening here? Wait, 23,000, 23,002, 4K. So you have two images here. And there might be something different about it, but I have no idea what the difference is. H1102. I mean, this one looks better because it's not as dark. There's still dark issues, but it's not as dark as this one. This one's really dark. Oh, I think the light maybe is on in the... The inside here looks pretty cool. It's really, the details vary in like the quality, I guess, just because like the resolution of the insides of the walls here is a different res than the res of this, and then this feels really large, and then this texture here feels really low res. But then the wheel looks really good, and the wood behind it looks really good. This looks pretty good. The color's a little odd. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe if there's papers in it, right? And the way these connect needs to be a little clearer. But in general, this area is the only thing that looks res correct on the inside. Like your textile density is kind of everywhere. It says day-night setup. Okay. Night setup, day setup. Alright. I don't think you need to show that. Put a clock or a compass on the table. Yeah. A lot of stuff up here would be good in this area. And maybe like some hooks here on the... Like you gotta tell stories about like the insides of ships, right? Look at the announcement for the most recent Uncharted trailer. The details here look pretty good, though. I love the woodwork here, the wood damage and stuff. This stuff here. Poly count looks pretty nice. The top area is a little low. Adding enough geometry in there to get it like nice and smooth on its curves would be good. All right, let's check this out and then we'll move on. Yeah, the overall image is really solid, especially when you're back here. Like, that's really cool. I would love to see, like, on this bottom edge here is just some wetness. And maybe, like, the albedo is a little darker because of it. Yeah, this looks cool. The AO down here is a little strong. And then the only thing that kind of felt weird to me is this upper area. See how hard edge that is right there? Like, just round that out. It just needs like an extra loop here so that it doesn't curve so harshly. It's like ding, ding, ding. Some bird poop pass. Needs barnacles. Bird poop pass, barnacles. Maybe some scrapes. Oh, this bottom side's cool. Does this have a different does it have a different roughness to the rest? The materials are looking pretty cool. Anyways, that's cool. Just needs some tweakage. It's really clean, like some puddling, some wetness, some aging on the wood. Because you've got aging here, just go to town on this stuff in here. You can do that on another UV set too if this is all tileable stuff. Anyway, cool. Cool. So this looks pretty cool. I like the wetness on the wall. Where are we at here? Okay, so if I had to look at this close enough, your chromatic aberration is really strong, probably half it as well. You need to connect your wires somehow to stuff. There feels weird, I guess. I'm like, it feels weird that there's no door frame, and sometimes that's the case. If there's no door frame, insetting the door into the wall can kind of give that feel like there's more to it than just a door decal being placed on a wall. This edge looks really good. It's got like some nice breakup to it. The resolution or detail normals on the bottom piece versus the top piece are different. I don't know if that's intentional. I like the bend in the steps. There's definitely some bending going on. Where the steps meet the wall does not really feel like it doesn't feel like it's meeting the wall. No, Axel, games don't do door decals as far as I know. I know that was a trick a long time ago, but that's a problem that you get when you have a door that's flush or sticks out from the wall just a little bit with no door frame, is it feels like it's just placed. It doesn't feel like there's actually a room on the other side. You have to hint that there's more to it than that, right? The other cool trick you can do is, so if you inset the door into the wall a little bit, and then where the door meets the ground has a little bit of a gap, so it feels like you can see under the door, even though it goes into darkness. That's enough to sell it. The only other thing I would say is maybe adding a little bit of color in there. I see a little bit on the side. Let's do this. Yeah, just turning the saturation up. Like, look how much, like, now it's cold, and then you're getting the warm value on the side here. And now I'm seeing more brick information up here. Look into that. Look into adding more color. And tone back on the chromatic aberration. Oh, 2 seconds. Man, it just sounds so wrong when I say chromatic aberration. It sounds like I'm saying apparition. Gotta watch out for the apparitions. Steven, this bridge is pretty cool. I would say it feels strange, like how it's put together. It doesn't feel physically possible. I guess it's attached to the rocks, and then there's the little bracket piece here. So maybe how it works doesn't physically feel possible, like how it collapses down, because you have another one where it shows it going down. And are you going off of reference for this, or because the way, like the connection here just feels too small to support the weight of what's happening here. The trees are too dark, but I mean, we're looking at you're supposed to be designing a bridge, right? Old decayed bridge. If it's old and decayed, I wouldn't suggest trying to make it operational as far as bending or shifting. What's this? Oh, crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that gets pulled up. Like the strength down here just breaks. If it's supposed to be old and decayed, I think exaggerating the shapes down here and then having this just rusted over and just kind of like stuff hanging off of it, maybe like foliage is starting to connect across, and you've got hanging stuff, and I think that would be how you would nail the old decayed bridge instead of animating it, unless that's a requirement, is to animate it. And then I would suggest looking at normal volumization on your trees. That sounds like a ridiculous word. Volumizing the normals on your trees so that they become sphericalized. So like this is your tree, right? Right now you have normals for every card going in every direction, when what you need to be doing is getting the normals to be going out as if it's a volume, right? So those are all kind of going out from it like a hairy potato. Disgusting, but true. That'll go a long way on your trees. And then varying up your grass and being careful about how far the grass gets onto rock. Maybe getting some darkening around the edges of the rocks to show where the water is. It needs to be 200 years old? Yeah, dude. That thing should be completely grown over. It's an art test too for Turtleneck Studios. Is it Reed critiquing in here? What is he doing? Some of the foliage rocks in my class from Jeremy Huxley, super unfamiliar with creating foliage and rocks, have always been the bane of my existence. Yeah, they're forever a learning experience. But I think they're starting to head in a more positive direction. ZBrush designer. So what's making these rocks look pretty good is the layering, because, you know, rocks are just a layered surface, right? It's like a cake. Super hard, like dried out in the sun cake that's chipping and aging. This looks pretty good as far as the way they're laid out. It's being lit really strangely right now. Maybe that's why it feels odd. And then the way these are put together feels strange, I guess, just because the stem in the middle is really thick. And then I would definitely look at how plants are put together. Depending on the plant, because plant to plant, it's definitely there's a difference. The other thing that's working really well about these rocks is the faceting that you're starting to do with like the hard angular flat surfaces. We can do a stream at some point in the near future where we could just talk about, we'll take a break from my stuff and we can talk about some key things to think about when sculpting rocks, because it can get kind of confusing. And I did it for freaking ever. I was on Lord of the Rings games for almost 4 years. All you do is rocks. Even the buildings are made out of rocks. Let's see here. Print screen. Print screen. It's looking pretty cool. Outside looks cool. Oh man, whatever's dripping there is super reflective. I guess my only comment here is it's really freaking bright. Like, pull back your brightness and then just control like where these lights are supposed to be illuminating things, and the focus is doors and not tripping on things. That's usually how lighting works for like a complex, right? This window area here looks pretty cool though. I like the there's some stuff going on. Is that a star? What is that? What's going on over there? Yeah, I would tone back the brightness of your lights and focus on where the lighting is supposed to be. The roughness on this orangish surface is really cool. Is this color different from this one? This is like a little more yellow. Yeah, everything seems overly bright right now. Oh, that is really interesting, the shape here. I think if you scale the shape back a bit, so it's not so strong or large, that's actually a really cool effect. I like how it's warping everything in the background. Cooper, what? Reference? Oh, Cooper, I missed your link. Oh, hey, cool. Okay, let's so I think where you're missing out a lot is in the contrast of the lighting. This lighting can make anything look pretty awesome. One really good thing though is you're not going full black in too much of the scene, but you're really missing the kind of glow that you get from the tubes. It's like if you look at the where are we at here? The reference. It's pretty neon, and I think they're pretty neon because of the lighting coming in from above. Like, this needs to be much brighter. We'll do this, and then let's go full on. Maybe not that full on. Almost. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy. Oh God, wrong invert. Actually, let's do this. We'll blow it out at first. And we'll tone this back. But yeah, you need to get that highlight from this. This is not blowing out very well. But that's kind of like where you're missing your range. You see how bright it is above? And like if you bring this over here. In general, you have the value of the floor pretty close. The value could be a little bit darker, but I think where this is it's got the darkness that you're expecting, and it's above the image is where you're getting the darkness, or above on the top image is where you're getting the lightness from. So what if we just hijack the lighting from this? I don't think it'll work like that, but you know. Yeah, no. Nope, it's not going to work like that. We can see, like, when you zoom out, see how dark the bottom is, and then the top is pretty bright. And then when you zoom out from yours and blur it, there's no separation. So if, like, you can get this bottom area darker. Let's do, like, midtones. If you can imitate this a bit more. Like that, and then your upper area. It's kind of a weird way to explain it, but that'll work wonders for your image if you can imitate that. The other thing you'll notice too is your saturation's a little off. Pushing your saturation up a little bit. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. Let's see what else we got here, and then I got to get out of here. So Cooper, the reference. Cool. All right, awesome. It looks like I got through all your guys' stuff. Oh my gosh, and it's 9 o'clock. Super cool. Maru nudes. What? What's happening? What? Oh yeah, for people that are subbing, you get access to the Empire chat in here, which we actually, a lot of reference stuff, like this is all the reference stuff from when I went to, oh look at this guy. There's a lot of reference in here from when I went to Warsaw. Yes. You need a playlist, huh? Oh, thanks for the follow. BG Leodran or Leodran, I don't know. Atelax D, thanks. The roughness on that fur. It's the sheen. It's the sheen. Yeah, if you sub on Twitch, you'll get in here, and then later on when I get Patreon going, if you sub on Patreon for the $5 versus the $1, you can get in there. Hopefully, you can sub on YouTube, on my YouTube channel now, and if hopefully Discord connects that up, and then if you sub on YouTube, you'll be able to get in there too. That's not set up though, so don't do that. Next stream critique will be next Friday, mainly because on hang on, I'm gonna kill the stream for the YouTube portion, so give me a second here.